Right now at noon, learn how a local wellness center is helping support those impacted by breast cancer.
Plus, we've got these chilly temperatures continuing for the next couple of days.
And students at Pittsburgh State University are bringing a historic building back to life.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
A man has been arrested on suspicion of second-degree murder of a man in Crawford County. This is KOAM News at Noon. I'm Samantha Walker. At approximately 8:20 p.m. on Friday, Frontenac Police Department received a 911 call reporting shots fired. 39-year-old Jonathan D. Brewer was located unconscious on the scene. After life-saving measures were attempted, he was pronounced deceased. The Kansas Bureau of Investigation says 19-year-old Michael C. Simpson was involved in the dispute with Brewer. Simpson is suspected of shooting Brewer during the altercation and has been booked into the Crawford County Jail. Former charges against Simpson are pending, and the investigation is still ongoing. Missouri authorities responded to a car that rolled over into a creek. The crash happened around 9 p.m. Sunday, north of Carthage County Road 120 at Dry Fork Creek. The vehicle was traveling north, going highway speeds when it was flipped multiple times and landed in the creek bed. There was only 24 inches of water in the creek where the car stopped. Carthage and Jasper Fire responded along with Mercy Ambulance, Jasper County Sheriff, and Missouri Highway Patrol. There were 3 occupants in the vehicle at the time of the crash. All 3 were communicating with first responders and were transported to area hospitals. Their injuries are unknown at this time. The crash is being investigated as a DWI investigation. Now let's check in with Lindsay Gaffney for a look at the forecast.
Well, I know everyone has been enjoying this cooler Monday. Temperatures are only at about 60 degrees by noon today, so we're looking pretty good. We've got a light wind out of the northeast, but those winds are going to continue to shift east as we continue through the day and into tomorrow as well. But mostly a pretty light breeze. Now winds do pick up tomorrow, so we're going to have another bit of a chilly day tomorrow, as well as actual temperatures and wind chill values. Now a few clouds start to push a little bit further south, but mostly we're going to be mostly sunny for the rest of the day. Again, those few mid-level clouds, but temperatures warming up to the mid-60s, mid to upper 60s. So we're looking pretty good today. Now over the next couple days, we even have a chance of a frost. I'll have those details coming up.
Thanks, Lindsay. Now, October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and a local wellness center joins forces with sponsors and vendors to raise money for those affected. La Bousseau and Joplin held a fundraiser to support a local nonprofit cancer organization. KOAM's Mitch Adams has more.
Whenever you're diagnosed, like to say that the wind is taken out of your sail is probably an understatement.
According to the National Breast Cancer Foundation, about 1 out of every 8 women in the United States will be diagnosed with breast cancer in her lifetime, many times without any pre-existing factors. La Bousseau, a day spa and medical wellness center in Joplin, held a fundraiser supporting nonprofit cancer organizations. The reason for the fundraiser? An employee from the spa had her own battle with breast cancer.
In 2019, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. At the time, I had a 1-year-old, a 3-year-old, and a 15-year-old. I started chemo pretty much right away. I was stage 3 whenever I was diagnosed. It's unspeakable, the love and the outpour that people are willing to do for you, and it's so appreciated.
Hope for You and the Breast Cancer Foundation of the Ozarks accepted donations from sponsors and vendors that will be given to patients battling the disease. The fundraiser's purpose is to uplift those with breast cancer and to celebrate those who have beat it.
So our massage therapist, Elizabeth, she is a survivor of breast cancer. She's 5 years out, and she came to us and said, hey, let's do something for the community for Breast Cancer Awareness Month in October, and we thought it was a great idea. It started small, but it snowballed into this big event. Like I said, there's vendors have come out, photographer, Botox. We're doing a bake sale. We've got Mercy here with the Mercy mammogram bus that's taking appointments. Lots of stuff going on to support her and to support other people in the community that battle cancer.
A permanent jewelry booth, wig booth, and Chick-fil-A were just some of the vendors raising money on site at the event. With October ringing in Breast Cancer Awareness Month, La Bousseau's main goal for this fundraiser is to support and advocate for women and men affected by this disease. In Joplin, Mitch Adams, KOAM News.
La Boussole also announced the winner of a $4,000 wellness package at the fundraiser. The Apple Butter Making Festival started in 1967. The festival started as a way for churches to fundraise, and since that day, it expanded to attract nonprofits and local businesses. The estimate of attendees this year is around 100,000 people, with over 400 booths to enjoy.
As the executive director of the chamber, I am the only paid employee in this entire festival. This festival is run by this entire town. This festival is run by the entire community of volunteers who show up and are dedicated and committed, and they're incredibly kind and giving and supportive of one another.
Apple butter makers were set up on the courthouse lawn and offered attendees the chance to help make the apple butter. Now, the Maple Leaf Festival in Carthage kicked off with a chili cook-off. 11 groups competed this year for the best chili. It cost $5 to try each chili, with those proceeds going to help the Carthage Humane Society, which had its animals on display during the event, including new puppies and kittens.
You get to visit with the other cooks, see how people else cook chili. You know, everybody's got mom's recipe they do, and everybody's got a different mom, so there's a wide variety of chilies out here. So
there's still plenty of Maple Leaf events coming up. Tonight there will be a Touch a Truck event and a quilt crawl, and by this weekend there will be plenty more activities, including a 5K, a concert, and of course the annual parade. You can learn more on our website, KOAMnewsnow.com. Coming up, a historic building in Pittsburgh is being brought back to life by the Pittsburgh State University students. And later, we're making a stuffed peppers casserole in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. A historic building in Pittsburgh was cleaned by Pittsburgh State University's Black Student Association. KOAM's Mitch Adams has more.
Our history is a big thing about us, and obviously we don't want to dwell on the past or the history, but it's so important to appreciate the glimmers of hope that we have within our history and our past.
The Black Student Association from Pittsburgh State University rolled up their sleeves to clean the historic Carver League building in Pittsburgh. The Carver League building was built in 1951 and served as a safe place for black students rejected from campus organizations. It's now considered a historical meeting place for black community members.
Back in the day, it served as a safe place for black people to meet and to have community, and they didn't have to worry about, the police or any of that, or the university.
According to Pittsburgh State University's digital library, the building was in disarray for many years and was almost sold by Crawford County, but not before black PSU alumni Stacy Butcher, Ishmael Elkamil, and Chris Goodwin fought to keep its doors open due to its importance.
I'm actually very surprised that this is here, but I'm also very thankful. I feel like this gives us another opportunity and another level to be able to bring other students into this community and have a sense of home. Because yes, even though Pitt is great, I feel like you always have a different sense when you're with people that are like you, have the same background and the same experiences. So I'm very thankful that we have this building.
The Carver League building will be the new home for the Black Student Association meetings, and the organization plans to hold parties and events at the building in the future. In Pittsburgh, Mitch Adams, KOAM News.
The Black Student Association's first event in the Carver League building will be an alumni brunch scheduled for Saturday, October 19th. The Pittsburgh Neighborhood Advisory Council, along with other organizations like Pittsburgh Beautiful and Pet Sense, are cleaning up neighborhoods in Pittsburgh. The first Fall Spruce Up event took place at the 700 and 800 blocks north of Schlinger Park. Volunteers did things like cut and haul tree limbs, pick up trash and other junk, as well as sort them into piles.
Better parts about today is just meeting all the different people and all the different groups that are here that are able to collab today. It's really nice to see them coming from different neighborhoods in different areas of Pittsburgh coming together to make it better for everybody.
This is just the first neighborhood to be cleaned up. There will be more in the future. We have some important election deadlines in Kansas this week. Tomorrow is the last day to register to vote if you want to be eligible to participate in the November general election. And Wednesday is the first day for advanced voting. You can find more information ahead of the election season on our website, KOAMnewsnow.com/elections. Still to come on KOAM News at Noon, Mr. Food.
All the things we love about stuffed peppers in the form of a hearty casserole. Sounds too good to be true? Well, it's not.
And we'll talk about these cool temperatures and the possible frost in the forecast right after the break. Well, if you woke up this morning, it was pretty chilly. Temperatures in the low 40s, but wind chill in the upper 30s. Taking a look outside, it is clear out there, downtown Pittsburgh. Looking good, traffic's good, everything's looking fantastic today. I'm super excited because this is one of our first actual fall feeling days out there. Now we will have a few more mid-level clouds pushing into our northern counties over the next couple of hours, but overall it's going to look pretty good. Temperatures dropping down to low 40s again tonight, pretty chilly, but since the winds have lightened up, we won't have as cool of a wind chill like we had this morning. Now it's going to be mostly clear skies once those clouds clear out. And then temperatures tomorrow only warming up to the lower 60s. Today we're getting up to the upper 60s, about 66, 67, 68. But tomorrow, northern counties, upper 50s, 57 in Stockton, 58 in Nevada, 61 in Carthage. And then as we continue to move a little bit more northwest or southwest, temperatures warm up 63 in Miami, 62 in Oswego and Parsons. Not so bad, 64 in Jay and Grove. Now, as we continue into Tuesday night, early Wednesday morning, we're going to see our first possible frost, patchy frost throughout the counties. 27 degrees in Nevada, Stockton, and Lamar. So dew points are going to be about 29 degrees. So everywhere that's seeing about 29, 30 degrees, we will have a bit of a frost when you start your morning on Wednesday. Mostly the northeastern counties. Joplin, Miami, Oswego, Parsons, Chanute, Neodesha. Now, the further southwest you go, Veneta, Welsh, Independence, Sedan, above 32, 31 degrees, so likely not going to see a frost out there. But it is going to be our first patchy frost for the season. Temperatures on Wednesday only getting up again to the low to mid 60s this time, so a little bit warmer than Tuesday temperatures, and then our lows dropping down to the upper 30s and low 40s as well. Now after Wednesday, starting Thursday, we're going to have a ridge forming back over our area, and that ridge means warmer air, high pressure building in our 4 states. Then what we're looking forward to this weekend is going to be some rain chances. Now, it is holding off because as we get into the weekend, we see this low has now cut off from the upper level flow. And when we've talked about this before, it just means that low is stagnant. It's just going to sit and rotate over the same area out in the west until it rejoins with the upper level flow and then continues to move east. So that's pushed our rain chances off from the weekend now to Monday and Tuesday. But as this low does move in, Monday night we are going to expect a few showers, and those continue all the way into Tuesday morning. Now it is a warm front that's moving in, so we're not getting storms. We're getting mostly drizzle and overcast and dreary conditions Monday and Tuesday until all of that clears out, and then we're back to a ridge. Now we're looking ahead. A little sneak peek, we've got another low pressure still sitting out in the west, and it's going to continue to shift in next weekend, so the following weekend, right before Halloween, where we'll have another cold front move in right before Halloween, so it'll be a little chilly. But after that warm front, temperatures do warm up next week. But until then, we're going to enjoy these 60-degree highs and low 70s highs, and even the lows in the 30s. It's fantastic.
I am really excited about some of these fall temperatures.
It'll be like it's finally time to enjoy anything pumpkin, to put on all your sweaters that's been sitting in the closet. You know, hot cocoa. I'm excited.
I'm excited. I've had so many sweaters. I'm like, I can't wear it because we're like at record high temperatures some weeks, it feels like. And we're getting there. I woke up this morning and I was so excited.
Me too.
Well, thank you, Lindsay. Stick around. We're making stuffed pepper casserole in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. We'll be right back. Fall is here and temperatures are cooling down. So Howard is showing us warm, hearty, and easy meals to fit the season. Howard is making stuffed pepper casserole in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
Has this ever happened to you? You serve a dish that you haven't made in a while, and everyone says, "This is fantastic." You really need to make it more often. The reason you don't, it's a lot of work. But I bet if there was a way that you could make it that had all the taste without all the work, you would. So let me show you what I mean with our unstuffed stuffed pepper casserole. We begin by sauteing some chopped green pepper along with an onion in a bit of vegetable oil until they're tender. Once they are, we add in some ground beef and cook it until it's browned. After draining off the drippings, we stir in a can of tomato sauce, a good amount of rice, some mozzarella cheese, and a handful of spices. Now, rather than stuffing this into peppers like we normally would, we spoon it into a casserole dish and pop it in the oven. Right before serving, we finish it off with more cheese, and when it's melted, it's time to call the troops to the table. So here's what I suggest. Go online and get the recipe for our unstuffed stuffed pepper casserole. Yep, it's got all the taste of stuffed peppers without all the hassle. I'm Howard with Kelly in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a really simple way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
That looks great. You can find this recipe along with a lot more good food from the Mr. Food Test Kitchen online. Just go to our website at KOAMnewsnow.com. Now here's a look at the 4-state market prices.
Well, these temperatures are fantastic. Tomorrow getting into the low 60s with our overnight lows tomorrow dropping even lower than they were today, down in the low 30s, upper 20s. So we could see a frost, our first frost of the season. I'm so pumped for it.
I'm so excited. I'm already getting all my fall snacks ready for the season. I got those little make and break ghost cookies.
Okay, all right. I got my sweaters out. This is my fall sweater, my tweed. I'm loving it.
Oh my gosh, so you're set.
I'm so excited.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Lindsay. Coming up tonight at 5, 911 dispatchers now use more than just a caller's voice to learn about situations. A new Apple software update lets callers use video to help communicate emergencies with 911 dispatchers. Plus, a convoy of historic military vehicles are traveling Old Jefferson Highway, including through southeast Kansas. And as election season is underway, candidates make a stop on the campaign trail in Joplin. Join us for those stories and more tonight on KOAM News at 5. That's the news for now. Thanks for joining us on KOAM News at noon. Have a great rest of your day.